video, I'm going to be addressing a question that one of my lovely friends had left me on Facebook. Recently, I've been, I want to say, recruiting new models to the agency that I work for because, like, why not share the love? And I noticed that a lot of people have questions. So over the course of a little bit, or however long this goes on for, I'm going to start something called Basic Bootcamp. Basically, what I want to do for Basic Bootcamp is just give my advice because, like, a lot of people seem to want my insights. And in this first installment of Basic Bootcamp, I have a question that one of the lovely models had asked me on Facebook via instant message. So I'm going to read the question for you, and then I'm going to answer for you. I figure if you're starting your modeling career or you're trying to get into acting and stuff like that, some of these videos, these Basic Bootcamp videos, might be a little bit helpful because we all have to start somewhere. And keep in mind, I've never paid anyone anything to get where I am. So if that's like a big thing for you, like if you know you want to get into the industry but you don't necessarily know how or don't necessarily have the funds, I got you. This is what this series will be about. I gotta start somewhere, right? I wanted to do this for a while, but I really didn't know where to start, so I figured this is like a great question to kind of begin this series with. So on Friday she messaged me. She said, "Hey Sylverine, so I did recently leave my previous agency and got added to the roster at Look. I guess you know my agency, Look. Thanks again for the recommendation. I have my first commercial audition coming up, and I was wondering if you had any advice on what to expect, and is it any different from a print/runway casting call?" Okay, so I love this question because yes, it varies. Okay, so I'm just gonna read back my answer and then like I'll elaborate. The only difference is what they may ask you to do. Commercial auditions and movie auditions for me usually involve a lot of improv versus runway and print where it's more about your appearance. As long as you take direction well, you will be great. So that's basically it. So like, for example, for a print ad or a runway thing, like it's basically about how you're gonna look, present on the actual display, like how they're gonna see you on the print, on the film. Like your appearance is everything. If it's runway, your walk is mainly the most important thing because you're walking on a runway. Your confidence is what they're looking for. Versus print ad where it's all about your appearance. Like you don't necessarily have to worry about selling your personality so much as your appearance. So that would be the day to get your nails, your hair, your eyelashes done, you know, come correct. Whereas for like a runway audition, you don't have to put so much effort into that sort of thing. They just want to see you in something form-fitting and they want you to walk like your best walk. That's where the focus is, right? And for things like acting, commercial auditions, and movie auditions, I've only had to memorize lines for one production thus far, and even still, like, it's really straightforward. If you have an audition where they're asking you to recite sides or lines, then have those memorized, obviously. Be all confident, have a few different, like, voices, personalities, kind of moods, kind of planned out in your head so that if they ask you to kind of change a little bit of what you're doing, it doesn't take you too off guard. Of course, like, you're gonna want to practice in the mirror because you want to see what you're selling to people, because like you could be saying something and thinking your face is doing one thing and meanwhile you're like completely selling a different emotion, if that makes any sense. Yeah, if they give you lines, remember them. But what I've noticed seems to be a trend for most of my commercial auditions is improv. Improv is like the main thing. They'll give me a scene, a setting, or a couple props, and they'll tell you to elaborate and go do stuff based off of what they've told you. And also, if you're gonna be late, if you have an agent, make sure you let them know because they can always contact the casting director. I had always worried. Every movie I'd seen, every starving actress that they'd always been like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be late for this audition, it's gonna ruin my chances of becoming the star." Just make sure you call ahead. If you have somebody that you can like talk to on the inside who can like let somebody know, or talk to the casting director directly, let them know. Just be transparent. Let everybody know what's going on at all times. And like my audition yesterday was for 2:15. I did not make it. I told my agent that I needed to push it back to 3. I couldn't make it because fucking my life is cursed, okay? So I ended up getting there around like 3:30 and I was so discouraged. I really wanted to just go home. I wanted to just go home and be like, okay, like there's no way they're gonna want to see me. I've just wasted everybody's time. Like I'm an hour and some shit late for my audition. There's no way anybody cares. Well, long story short, my agent messaged me last night and told me I got the audition. So don't ever get discouraged based off of fucking adversity or your situation or anything, because like there's always, where there's a will, there's a way, okay? Where there is a will, there's a way. And don't be discouraged. I've done about like 8 auditions now, I want to say, and I've landed only 5 of them. So, you know, like, it is what it is. you won't be perfect for everybody, and that's something that you really should keep in mind. Like, you're never going to always be like what they're looking for, so leave the audition assuming you didn't get it. I mean, that sounds bad, but like, tell yourself in your heart, okay, I got that audition, I landed that role, but like, don't get obsessed with that idea, because like, you know, you're gonna get your feelings hurt every so often, once in a while. It's only normal. In terms of appearance, obviously, like, they usually give you a sort of guideline as to what they want you to show up in, so yeah, I would say follow that, add your own personal flair. If you have a stylist, use the stylist. Above all, make sure you're confident with your look, because like, the only time that I've not felt like 100% in audition is when I've just not been like feeling my look. Like, if I'm feeling myself, I can sell like anybody to you, right? So make sure, whatever it takes, make sure you're comfortable so that you can just be you, sell whatever you gotta sell, do you, you know? Other than that, something to keep in mind, I should have mentioned this sooner. From the time you enter the room, whatever that is, make sure that you look your best from the time you enter the building. I don't care if you're planning on changing your clothes, whatever you're changing out of needs to be perfect as well. Needs to be distinguished, needs to look great, because they're like, it sounds kind of weird, but like, they're always filming you. So like, if you walk into an audition room and there's like a camera there, odds are it might be rolling, and they might be looking for your body language and things like that. Always come prepared with your measurements. Be prepared to take a headshot upon arrival. I've noticed with my last few auditions, I don't need to bring like a headshot or anything like that, because they'll take my picture when I get there. Also, my agent tends to send a photo ahead of time or things like that. But yeah, just follow whatever instructions they give you. If they tell you to bring a picture, bring a picture. If they say bring your resume, bring your resume. You know, it's good to have a book with you if you have a book. If you don't have a book, then that's fine. Just bring your basic headshot. But like I said, hopefully your agent would be a big help in this process, I would hope, you know? That was just a little bit of an elaboration on my answer to one of the lovely models. If you have any questions about anything in regards to becoming a model or actor or starting out, anything like that, do let me know. Like this video if you like this series. Comment any questions that you have so that I can answer them just like this. Yeah, and subscribe to get a notification every time I post a video. And if I'm not posting here, I post it on Twitter, if not Twitter, Facebook, if not Facebook, Instagram, if not Instagram, Tumblr, if not Tumblr, like Snapchat, stuff like that. Follow me everywhere. All the links will be below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!
No focus, lost, I concentrate, you thought you got it wrong. Go off on them.